Hey guys, and welcome to the Igloo today. Today we're going to show the well to end all wells. Alright, so first you don't need to do a foundation setup, but what you need to do is you're going to need to set up a big well. Don't worry about the small well, the big well. And then you can seal it up on afterwards once you get everything set up. If you're in a spot that does not have water access, no matter what, you got to make sure that you can fill up your water, and then you'll be able to, as soon as the water starts rising, put fish traps in. Because you're going to be able to have fish traps in now, and being able to actually set up everything properly, you should be able to get 2 per on each side and 1 directly in the middle. Now, when you're setting this up, you got to make sure that this is mainly for like an inside base setup, maybe like a setup where you're in the desert or you're all the way just north of every single frost giant section, or you're just on the green wall and you really don't want to conceal your base location completely because you have to farm and get all the way down so you can get your fish, your tar, and your oil. So you can be able to do all 3 steps just by having one of these setups for your oil, especially since oil is going to be a T3 requirement, or it's a T3 requirement right now. I don't know if they fixed that portion of the patch just yet because I've been busy adminning my own server. So once you're able to get these fish traps on, you're like, yeah, we're good to go. Now, if you want to continue setting this up properly, biggest thing that you want to get, fluid press. Alright, fluid press to condense all those fish that you don't want so you can make that into oil properly. This will be a self-fulfilling prophecy, and as long as no matter what server you're on, whether you're on a private or your official, depends on the server settings, you'll be able to run everything that you need in accommodation to when you're setting this stuff up. So when you have everything preset, prefabbed, you have your honey, you have your fluid presses, you have your fish traps, you'll be able to set up as much or as needed everything that you need for this iteration. Now, when you continue this, you make sure that everything's fine, you can seal it up, you can have pretty much anything that you can possibly need in this setup, as long as you set it up as a farming position and not inside your main base, because if you put this in your main base, this is a lot of real estate. So you got to make sure that you have to accommodate a lot when it comes to the real estate of this large well. Again, I would recommend putting it as like a wheelhouse kind of idea, except for it's a large well. That's in my personal forte for this, and that's what I want to mainly see in most of these bases. Now, if you can fit this inside your main base, go right ahead, but honestly, it's not really needed. Now, again, I want to say this more than anything right now because I just launched an IGTV channel, so if you're pretty much rocking and rolling like everything that you're going to be having on Instagram, and I use this while I'm driving and stuff so that I'm not in portrait mode and I just listen to people and listen to people's days. I set it up so I can actually put some of the tutorials out on IGTV. Not really the PvP stuff, but the tutorials. And then I also set up a Patreon. Some people asked for me to set up a Patreon and they wanted to actually see it. I'm not saying if you do or don't. It's something that's completely voluntary. It's just for donations. People wanted to donate to me, so go right ahead. Thank you guys, honestly, and thank you for all the love that I've been getting from Conan Exiles and everything that I've been showing. It has only been helping out the community. Thank you guys so much, and have a good one.